Well, this is where you come if you want them all to come true. Union is a place you could come to. We gon' make it together. All we gotta do is stay together. If you ain't knowing that, you know.
Winston Snippet.
This is it? I have to beat him?
Have we decided on dinner, or do you need some more time?
No, don't need more time. Get me...
Stymie that. That's when you're going country. Country got you crazy. OCTFME. The young lady wants a filet mignon. You know, little hunk of meat, little pink on the inside. Filet mignon. How do you like it? How do you like it?
I'll have the,
Oh, the snapper. Girl, you on fire tonight. I like it, though.
Mr. Davidson, this is a pleasure. So I want to tell you that I'm having a fan moment, as you can see. But I want you to tell our viewers the reason that we're speaking tonight.
We got a show coming from DC called Union. And it's a hell of an endeavor. I'm from DC, and to have a television show out of there for the DC entertainment conglomerate is really kind of cool. They're seeking to do the same thing that Atlanta has been able to do, which is start the entertainment industry, start an industry there. And this is one of the shows, one of the first shows.
Okay. So, and we're going to get further into the show. I just want to say that you come from a long line of actors that's astoundingly great. You know, method comedy where you embody and body anybody.
Body. Huh?
Yeah. How did you find your lane and comfort while telling stories through comedy?
Yeah, I just really just concentrated and focused on technique and getting everything rounded off. Everything that it takes to be a good stand-up comedian. And then went from there to everything that I needed to be and the best that I can do in TV. And then from there, I did the same thing in movies. And I did the same thing with writing. So I just take that approach where I just look to master each branch and just add it to what I'm doing. And so at this point, I'm at the point where, you know, I'm producing and authoring and doing music and venturing off into my own projects now. And it's been 35 years of development to this point.
I remember
and waiting, and a lot of let me make it simpler there. Faith. Let me make that more simple. Faith. A lot of faith over that 35 years.
So with that faith walk, what is one of the things that you suggest for people who still in the waiting season?
Don't make it a wait. It doesn't end up being that. If you know, for me, I had to understand the order. You know, I'm not the guy that makes things happen. I can put myself in position for them to happen. The big guy pushes the last button. You know, and that you know, that with it being like that, then I don't get everything that I want
right
when I want it, but I definitely get everything I need when I need it.
Okay. Old school stuff right there. So in my opinion, and you can, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but nothing trumps Booty Call. Nothing trumps that movie in my opinion.
Oh, really? That's your joint?
That's my joint. So, but if you say this next body of work is close second, I'll believe you. So tell me about the union and what your role is in the show.
Well, I just play like a straight laced guy,
Mm-hmm.
who's just trying to fit in, the opposite of what I am. and this is just a group of people that live in the city that just have converged as friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's like friends, but looks like really friends would really look in that city.
Mm-hmm.
It's a diverse group of friends, but primarily it's black friends too. It's black friends, or black cheers, and that's all right. So basically, it's everyday life, seeing through the eyes of Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia citizens,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just as unique as every other city in its own way.
Right. Okay. So you shot, or the film was shot, or the series was shot in the Oyster Bar. What is the backstory for that particular landscape?
Well, it's being handed down to the son from the father, who really, really made this place a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's getting into new hands. And as you know, the newer generation are different in their thinking.
Right.
So we got our traditional versus our youth that's coming from a technology standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and coming from a different value system too. Whereas the physical work is not the same. It for instance, is very simple.
Right.
We had to find a phone and dial it.
To put yourselves into what's going on in the now.
Yeah, we had to find a phone and then dial it.
So I was like,
what I mean?
literally.
Yeah, and or wait for the news to come on. Or find something in the newspaper. Now I can speak Spanish to you. I can go to the Spanish person and go, say that in here.
Right.
I can go. What's the square root of a circle? You know what I mean? It's having another brain.
Okay.
At all times. Huh?
I loved it. Did you have input? Like, did you offer anything to the production or writing piece of the show?
Well, honestly, no. I came in and did a part,
Mm-hmm.
and everything that I'm involved with, I like to have creative input.
Mm.
But I get in, but I don't. I get in where I fit in.
Right.
Like, I respect personal fusion.
Right.
So when people are working together, I don't just try to get in there and okay. I just wait to see how I can be of service to the situation.
Mm.
Wow, I said that. And it's true. It really is.
I love it with somebody with as much experience as you have. That's got to be hard, not to say, hey, you're doing it wrong. Like, how do you hold back?
You know what? I just let people do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much wrong is there unless it really isn't working, and I'm like, I'm about to scream. You know what I mean? There's ways of being able to tell people that without screaming.
Right.
And there's ways to just convey your message, or there's ways that you can communicate without them having to even feel like they're wrong, because there's really no right and wrong with the end result. If it's a laugh, then that's all you want. The approach doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Period. Do
Period.
you
Right.
improv?
Oh yeah. Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Somebody's like, yeah, I gotta be me. Okay.
Yeah. Come on. You know what it's gonna be. You know the truth that I come from. So, we're yeah. You know the truth that I come from.
Okay. So what is the most meaningful part of this project, other than it being Washington, D.C. for you?
That I get a chance to come back to the city I'm from and give some of that back that the city gave me. The city gave me my point of view. The city supported me when no one knew who I was.
Mm-hmm.
It still does. They come to see me if nobody did.
Wow.
And then just, friends and family there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where I came to be.
Right.
And I moved to DC in '68. Unique situation where my family was white and I didn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during the riots when King was shot. So I got to be forged and molded into a heck of a man.
Right.
In that city, because it's a magnificent city with a lot of cultural energy. And it's a culture. There's a strong cultural reality in DC.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard you tell the story about how you your mother found you and you grew up thinking that you were white and knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you were, and that is cool. Now, do you wish that the blinders were never taken off? Like you could have been like in the Garden of Good with like Adam and Eve, that you never knew that you were not white.
There's no way to do that in this country.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and I didn't think I was white. I thought I was brown.
Brown.
Yeah, I was brown and they were like beige.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, because I really looked at colors as colors.
Right.
Yeah. So naturally, you know, we watched a lot of kittens. I mean, we watched a lot of litters. So the mom could be brown and have 3 white kittens and 1 black one and an orange one. You know, so that's how I looked at animals. Just they're the color that they come out.
Right. And they are.
Mm-hmm, yeah, they are. But we ain't them. You know.
Period.
Yeah, we know the story.
Right.
We know the story. But the story is not as complex as it can be made by some.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it can be made by some. Usually the variations come from the very small group of people that are the small people with the power on this blue planet we live on.
Right.
The reality of the situation is that we wouldn't be different colors if it wasn't for each other.
Right.
So early out, when a tribe came across another tribe that was another color, the girl said, well, those guys look kind of good over there. And the guy said, those girls look good over there. And we didn't become different colors because we painted each other.
Right.
Right. Come on now.
Well, we can't dial it back. We can't change what has happened, but we can make the future a lot better. We can try.
Oh yeah, well we've done it.
Right.
We've done it, and you know, they're just succinct realities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the hope nots and the have nots. You know, there's those who have hope and those who have not. You know,
right.
and we're all in the same place.
Period. You're so humble, Mr. Davidson. What? So this level of humility didn't blossom overnight. Staying grounded. What do you do?
Just observe and just see where I can help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to keep myself out of the way if I can. You know, I'm human. You know, I get in my own way, just like everybody else, or I might get in your way, not thinking. You know, I'm just a bumbling fool like everybody else, but just trial by ass whipping has just taught me to exercise a lot more discernment.
Mm.
You know, but you know, I had to learn that word in the first place. You know?
Right. Well, here, and speaking of discernment, and this is toggling forward with the film, did you get to mentor anybody on set? Did that opportunity ever present itself?
It always does anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It always does, and I'm constantly getting that too. I'm constantly getting that too with other stuff that I work with and people that I work with too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way of life. You know, I can learn from you and I can teach you.
Facts.
It's yeah.
So then my other question is, who is your twin comedian on the show? Do you have one? Are you the funniest?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. There's a character that plays the dad, boy. He your trip. He can get into different characters. He's more like Martin to me. like he can go. Like he's something else.
I saw him. He looks something else.
And then there's his son,
mm-hmm.
who's smart as I don't know what. As an actor, he's just smart. You know, and he's versatile and he's really talented.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's a thing that's just starting, but the potential is unbelievable. And then we got Vernon Davis, who's just determined. You know, who's just determined, and he's got a great will that he brings from athletics. You know, so you know, we all showed up, and the one that plays his wife. You know, we got a good cast.
Yeah, you got a wealth of talent, that's for sure. Where do you hope this film will go? And where can viewers watch it?
You know what? The outlets that it's going to, I'm not really, you know, I come from mainstream. So it's hard for me to really say, oh, it's going here, it's going here, it's going there. It's going somewhere. It's not just sitting there.
Right.
And the DC Entertainment, the DCE is going to be huge because they're willing to do it themselves.
Facts.
If we don't do it ourselves, it ain't going to get done.
Right.
You're not walking up to BET and saying, hey, I want to do a show. You know, they're like, oh yeah. You know? But if you're over there and say, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking. That's the thing I love about the DCE. They're not asking. They're doing it.
That's right. They're paving the way. So are you working on any, so you mentioned you were working on other projects. Can you tell us about those in your books?
I plan on doing, you know, as many books as I can while I'm here. And that means just passing knowledge on, really. Not the books just to have a book, but I have something for the reader.
Right.
To be able to internalize like the authors did for me. I have a company called One Song, which is my international production company, content company, you can call it. And we have our own projects going, and a lot of beautiful stuff that's, you know, in the beginning stages. You know, when I go from being a performer to being a producer, you know, they're different muscles.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm good at both because I just watched it long enough and have done it long enough with the best. Spike Lee, you know, Robert Townsend, Keenan, just some great directors and great producers. You know, George Lucas, Judd Apatow. Just around these people.
Right.
Seinfeld, Roseanne, you know, believe it or not, those are you know, those appear.
Right.
Yeah. Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, you know, and there I go. You know, I'm not really associated with sort of mainstream Hollywood, but that was the choice they made.
Right.
You know, I'm not branding myself on other people's perception.
Right.
I'm branding myself on the reality of where I am.
And your authenticity.
Yeah. You know, no one's there. No one can authorize my position in Hollywood.
That's right.
And since I'm so diverse, you know, I'm always doing one or the other. So, you know, people, and everything is cyclic. Everything's a cycle. So right now, I'm not in the movie cycle. I'm not in the movie star cycle. Right now, I'm in the creative cycle, in the producing cycle, the authoring cycle, the music cycle. You know,
right?
And I'm doing an animation series. You know, an iconic one that's been around for 25 years and going still. And I'm performing a lot of live, doing stand-up. So, you know, the movies will come again.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a movie star. Just as Denzel or Tom Hanks. Just as much as them.
Right.
You know?
Well, you can always
I haven't done. yeah, I haven't done them lately.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing the books and getting it, just doing this, bottom line, let me make it simple. God blessed me with a lot of talents. And so I can do a lot of things. And so that's what I'm doing.
Well, you know what? You gonna do what you gonna do. What's for you? It's already written. You've been here for 30 plus years for sure, and I have caught you on stand up. So then, that leads me to my next question. Like, how do you prepare? Do you ever feel insecure when you step on stage? What do you do to calm your nerves?
You know what? I do that earlier in the day. I always rest before my performance. And I do, and I'm aware of the fact that once I hit the stage, I can just ride it.
Mm-hmm.
I trust that every move I make is going to be absorbed by the audience as quality because I worked at it that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I may look around the crowd. I got to do some assessment. I got to say, oh, cool, okay, they're doing this, they're doing that. Okay, cool. All right, here I go. And since I'm so in the moment when it comes to stand-up, every show is different.
Mm-hmm.
Every show is different.
Well, you've learned to read the room, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. It's just, it's just a skill that's come along with it that I've acquired.
Well, I love to see it. Like, you are one of my favorites. I love to see you cut up in the worst way.
Thank you.
So if you can leave our viewers with your social media handles. And I've watched the show and it's phenomenal. Like you said, I was the dad from the show. The Union looks a bit,
He crazy.
I'm sorry. He crazy. Yeah. I was like, he got a little Rick James. He got a lot going on.
He got a little everything. Yeah. That's gonna be the jump off right there. I hadn't had a chance to me and him to really get down. We had a chance to get down yet. That was just a sneak. That was just a sneak peek there. We got down yet. Yeah. No, not even that. It just wasn't that particular script that I did. Just didn't have us. We didn't have a scene.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It'll come. It's
right.
Like with Martin. Me and Martin finally had our scene.
Right.
Me and Jada finally had our scene. Me and Hallie finally had our scene.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what out of all the scenes, which one is your favorite? And that's my last question, I promise.
Just probably the one at the bar where everybody was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I come in and I tell a bad joke. And just seeing me tell a bad joke is funny in itself.
Right.
It's another character.
Right.
It's another character. But I like that because everybody kind of dug in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see everybody where they're coming from because they were all together at once. I like that.
Well, I did take note of that, and I was like, yeah, that's not a custom for him to tell a bad joke, but everybody laughed, so it was funny anyway. So
right. Just the character just comes off kind of corny, and that's what I do. I do too. I'm also a straight man.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ugly woman with Jamie without me.
Right.
There's no Fire Marshal Bill without me standing there.
Period.
And giving it up. You know what I mean? Just I'm an assist man too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You're the anchor. You're the front man and the anchor.
Yep, I can be. That's right. I'm just glad to be doing it. I would be probably working at the Ramada Inn right now if it wasn't for comedy.
Nah, I can't.
And ain't nothing wrong with it.
You'll get kicked out for making people laugh all the time. They'd fire you, okay?
But ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just glad it went this way. Mm-hmm.
Well, God had other plans. You can't go against the will of God.
I'm right here.
Mm-hmm. Talking to me. Woo!
That's right. That's right.
So thank you so much, Mr. Davidson. Much success with the union. I know it's going to be successful because you're in it, period, Pooh.
Yeah. Yep. And we're seeing what they're doing. And there'll be much more of my projects coming there.
Mm-hmm. When?
Coming there. Yeah. So, it's just Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So it's up in the air when your projects will be going?
That's the reason why I did it.
Okay.
The reason why I did it was because it's a great opportunity for me to bring some projects somewhere.
Right.
Hollywood is not an easy place to get your stuff done.
Right.
It's tough. It can be done and it will be done. But to be able to do it other places and not have to depend on that, I like that option.
Right. I mean, everything is online anyways.
Yep. So, it's going there.
Right.
But I get to partake at the big table too.
So I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate
you. You got that, huh? Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Davidson. I'm ready to follow you. You have Instagram?
I do. The Real Tommy Cat.
The Real Tommy Cat. Okay. I'm ready.
And then my social media is my website is TheTommyDavidson.com.
TheTommyDavidson.com. All right, y'all follow him and stay up to date with what Mr. Davidson has going on. The funniest man on earth, like hands down. So thank you so much, Mr. Davidson.
I'll take that. Thank you so much, Reed. Where are you located?
Charlotte, North Carolina. We country
okay.
bumpkins.
Oh yeah, no, not that country, but country.
I will take that, okay? Next time somebody try to call me country, I'm gonna say Mr. Davidson say nah.
Right? Not Charlotte.
Not
Charlotte country, but not country. I pass that way often, as you know. So
yes, you can do a show down here, right?
I am. I can't remember the date right now, but I'm always coming through.
Okay, I'm getting ready to follow you so I can stay up.
We did Juwanna Mann there.
You did
Juwanna Mann there.
You were the rapper. Or the wingman on Juwanna Mann.
Puff, smoke. Let me ignore.
Yes.
Okay, believe myself. That's where you're wrong. Country ain't got you crazy. Okay, believe myself.
Yes, I remember that. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Did you improv on the making of that movie?
Of course.
So with that comedic, I said that was my last question. I promise you this is my last question.
I'll take one more. Go ahead.
One more. So with that comedic bone, how were you nurtured into comedy as you got older?
By just working a lot. Working my butt off to get better. Getting better and getting better and getting better and getting better. And observing and really concerned about, really have an awareness and a concern about the effect that my comedy has on an individual.
Right.
And I just want to be able to transmit happiness. Not be too complex, transmit happiness. You come to my show, I can give you some happiness. I can give you some instant happiness. There's a whole lot of other ways, tobacco, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever. Come on, get happy.
Well, you made me happy tonight. How about that?
I like that. I'll take that.
So thank you, and we're out.
Everybody got dreams. Well, this is where you come if you want them all to come true. Union is a place you could come to. We gon' make it together. All we gotta do is stay together. If you ain't knowing that, you know.
Winston Slippery.